Hey everybody. Happy day. I'm in this yummy spot. Um, Lots of lush yumminess and sounds, and we're just on our lunch break from the Symphony of Possibilities class in Houston. And wow, I'm so grateful. Hey Bobby, hey Macy, hey everybody who's joining. Marchie, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good middle of the night, wherever you are. Hi Juliana, hi Jennifer. So I just wanted to pop on and just do a quickie Facebook Live. We're in the middle of a absolutely amazing Symphony of Possibilities class here in Houston and online, mostly online, and we had this just gorgeous morning and this really beautiful conversation about relaxation and like a totally different space of creating change and just creating in the world. And one of the things that has been a big conversation lately in Access Consciousness is this conversation about jumping tracks, like changing tracks, that we've like changed tracks as a world, actually. And as you know, in a lot of our lives, you may be noticing that things are just, things are totally different for the world. We know that. But for so many of us, I know so many people that have had a lot of ease during this time, and a lot of beauty and a lot of amazing things show up in their lives during this time, when it's supposed to be very stressful and all that stuff. And there's this incredible beauty that's occurring and showing up as well. And part of that is this like completely new track that we are on in the world and as a world. And so what do I mean by jumping tracks? Well, it's literally like you're on a train track, and it's like here we were moving along as a world, and we had a past and we had a future, and it was all on this track. And all of a sudden we're on a track now, like over here. And this new track has a different past, it has a different future, it has a different reality. The past that was isn't anymore, it's not relevant anymore, it's not here anymore. And so, when you have a different past, you have different creations, you have a different future. It's like you have to, like, creation changes, and you have to create from a different space. Otherwise, like, what used to be relevant isn't relevant anymore, and it's not going to work. And the good news is that it's not about like working and efforting to find a new space. It's actually about acknowledging what is and actually relaxing into what is, and realizing that we have been working our butts off for a long time to create a different world. And while it may not seem visibly like, well, it does, you can see a lot of ways in which the world is different. There's still a lot of transition, there's still a lot of changes that are in the works and that are happening. But it's like when you start to really look at, okay, so like energetically just get a sense of what's available now, really like what's available with creation, what's available in the world with having a different reality, like what is actually available now. And when you look at the energy of it, not when you don't try to answer that question, but you actually just use that question as an invitation to the universe to show you what is available, and you start to trust your awareness and use your awareness more than ever before. It's pretty amazing what can show up. And this is like, I would say one of the biggest things is for us to actually really start to stretch into the trusting of what we know. Every single one of us, every single one of us knows something different. Knows, like every single one of us, Dane here, who's facilitating facilitating the class that I'm part of this weekend, he said this morning, it's like every single one of us sees the world through a completely different lens than everybody else. Would you be willing to acknowledge and to recognize you see the world through a completely different lens than everybody else does? And really start to like allow that to be your reality, and allow yourself to trust what it is that you see, what it is that you know, what it is that you're aware of, in ways that you might have desired to before, but it might not have been as available. And now it's available. A totally different way of functioning that has so much more to do with relaxation, like truly relaxing into what we can create, and allowing ourselves to go, you know what, we've worked our butts off to get where we are. We've been working for lifetimes to create a different reality, and we're actually here. You know, one of the things that Dane also said this morning was like, you know, we've been working for 4 trillion years, and like to get to actually where we are, and it's like the door just opened. Literally, the door that we've been working to open for 4 trillion years, it just opened, you know, and it's like, that's a long time to do a lot. That's a lot of work, you know, and I'm of course speaking about many lifetimes. But this movement toward consciousness and this movement toward a greater world and a different world, it's like we are on a new track now, and we can relax, and we can relax. We can relax into what is here. We can relax into what we are. We can relax into what is available. We can relax into this totally new space of creation. And when you don't relax, it's going to feel even more owie, zowie, wowie than it did before. And I know for me, it's like when I go to like the limitations of my mind, you know, in ways that I used to be able to kind of get away with, it's like, it's going to be like more painful in a way, or it's going to feel more limited than it ever has before. And so, you know, it's time to actually go, okay, cool. Different reality, you know, totally different reality. And one of the places where, I mean, I do that a lot. I do this a lot with like the world, the different world that I would like to see, you know, which is, to me, it's like everything that I'm creating has to do with that. Because I really do, I'm like, I'm here to create a different world, you know. And so part of it is acknowledging that, and for me, like one of the places where this shows up a lot is with business and creation, because we're so used to business being this thing that's like you work, you know, you have to work at something to create it. You have to, like, and even, you know, I haven't felt like I like worked a lot for a while, but I'm getting now that there's an even greater space of relaxation, like really actually stepping into a reality of ask and receive with business and creation, like in ways that I never have before. And just trusting that and knowing that and being that and going, okay, you know what, I'm going to have the reality that I've always known. I'm going to finally allow myself to have it and to choose it, to have it and to choose it, and really like let it flourish. Let this new space of relaxation and this new track show me what's available and what's possible. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. And I get to facilitate lots of classes on all of this stuff. And I've got 4 classes coming up that I am so psyched to dive into. One of them is a one-time call called Jumping Tracks with Your Business. That's on Tuesday, I believe. It's coming up in just a few days. And we're going to dive into this even more. I have a Business Done Different 3-day masterclass this coming weekend. I'm starting on the 30th. Actually, it's a 5-day class, 3 hours a day. which is like a amazing deep dive into creation. And that class changes every time I do it. It's like, I can't wait to do the class myself because I know my whole world is going to be different. And then in August, actually next week, I have a 3-part call called Relaxation of Creation. And then my generative business pods, which is now actually the topic is all about the elegance of creation. And that starts on August 20th. And some of these, like the relaxation of creation is included in the business pods. The jumping tracks call is included in Business Done Different. I'm really excited for this next adventure of exploration with creation, relaxation, elegance, business. And it's like, I know like my own classes facilitate me so much because I get to have something different every time. I'm asking for something different every time. And I'm also really aware that there is something available now on this new track that we have known about for so long and probably gotten really frustrated that it didn't exist for so long. And it's here now. It's actually here now. Like, it's shown up in the past couple months. It's here. So what can we create, and what can we choose, and what can we step into? I'm really excited for all of us. And you are invited to come and play. Just play on the energetic journey, however you play. And if you want to come and do the jumping tracks call, that's on Tuesday. That's just one call. Business Done Different, 5 days, 3 hours a day, starting on the 30th. Relaxation of Creation, a 3-part call next week. And then the Generative Business Pods, August 20th. It's gonna be an epic adventure, and you are very invited to come and play. I wonder what we can create, what we can choose, and what we can step into, and what we can relax into, and what we can acknowledge is already here, that we just need to choose and receive. Can't wait to find out where we all go with this. So if you want to play, everything's on my website, heathernichols.com. And just please acknowledge the greatness, the difference, the beauty, and the ease that you be, and that you actually have access to in ways now that you might never have acknowledged before. I'm very grateful for you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thanks, everybody.